Every year for my birthday, I make similar wishes. I wish I was a little taller. I wish my dick was a little bit bigger, stuff like that. But on my 26th birthday last August, I made a very different wish. Something not quite as selfish. I wished for something bigger than myself. I wished that there'd be a season 2 of Attaway General for all of us to enjoy. And my god, I can't believe it. The birthday wish finally came true. Attaway General Season 2 just dropped, and I am jubilant. I have butterflies in my stomach, butterflies in my fucking butthole. I'm covered in butterflies, excited to get back into the Attaway General extended lore and the universe that they've created there. Season 1 was an absolute masterpiece, a beautiful disaster I couldn't help but fall in love with, and I can only hope Season 2 is half as incredible as the first season. Let's just dive right in.
And then I saw this light, and I heard a voice, and the voice was telling me, follow this path. Like, it was an angel or something.
You sure it wasn't Dr. Henry?
Holden!
I'm sure I don't need to do a recap of anything in Season 1 since we're all Attaway General fans here, huge enthusiasts, but just in case I'll bring some of you up to speed if you haven't finished Season 1. At the end of Season 1, Rosie, who you just saw right there, was attending a dance party with the other nurses around the area, and she was cutting the rug, boogieing down, really wiggling her finger on the dance floor, having a great time, when all of a sudden, she fell over. She collapsed right on top of the fruit punch bowl. And it turns out what happened was a sniper was posted outside of the hospital and was trying to claim a bounty that was put on Rosie's head. Unfortunately, however, for the sniper, Dr. Henry wasn't far away from the scene. Dr. Henry is a man who needs no introduction. We can thank Dr. Henry for the discovery of penicillin and electricity, and he heard the shot and began storming the dance floor, fighting through wave after wave of terrorists on his way there. He picked up Rosie's lifeless body and put her on a stretcher and began getting her into surgery to heal this wound. And as you can see here, Season 2 picks up right where that left off with that cliffhanger. We can see Rosie's doing just fine now. I'm not surprised to see that. Dr. Henry once performed a colonoscopy using only a magnifying glass and toothpicks on an active battlefield in the dense jungles of Vietnam, so healing a sniper's headshot was child's play for him. I knew this was going to be a successful operation. Dr. Henry has never failed at anything in his life, so I'm glad to see Rosie's back in this season. I'm glad to see the surgery went well on her, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Instead of just the scholarship, this year one of our volunteers is going to have the opportunity for a summer internship at Manhattan Metropolitan.
New York City?
Now I've been given sole discretion to choose the winner.
An astute observer will have noticed that this is not the exact same cast from Season 1 of Attaway General. There's no Dixie D'Amelio because they probably couldn't afford her anymore because she's blown up to a level beyond Jesus Christ himself, and there's no Kit. I imagine she just didn't want to fucking do it and was probably embarrassed to even be associated with the program. But there is two reoccurring characters that were big in Season 1, and that's Rosie and Holden. And luckily for us, Dr. Henry signed the contract without reading it, so Dr. Henry's locked into Attaway General for life. So that's good at least, but it's unfortunate that we didn't get the exact same cast back, so there's a lot of plot lines that I don't think are going to be resolved in this season, which is a shame because I've been really on the edge of my seat after the cliffhangers of Season 1. I've actually lost sleep thinking about, what's Georgia going to do in her predicament? Again, for those that don't know, Georgia liked the boy and the boy worked at the hospital. That's a workplace relationship, and that just doesn't mix at Attaway General, not in this witch's cauldron. That is not an ingredient that is welcome there, and Dr. Henry didn't approve, and if Dr. Henry doesn't like it, then god damn it, it should just be fucking illegal in the first place. And I really wanted to see how Georgia would work through this. But I guess we just won't see the conclusion to that. But anyway, right now Dr. Henry's bringing the new cast up to speed that not only can they win a scholarship, they can also win a summer internship at a hospital in New York. And for some reason, everyone's all excited about the potential at working in New York as an intern. That's like being excited to find pubic hair in your Big Mac. It sounds like probably one of the worst places you can get an internship at. I've been to New York a couple times. People there are pretty fucking rude. Being an intern there at a company there, I imagine you'd be spit on and shit on and you probably wouldn't have a smile on your face, but they're really buying into the idea that being an intern there would be the best shit in the world, so they're all fired up.
Holden and Sasha. Any questions?
Yeah, where's Kit?
Kit isn't coming back this semester. Sasha, can I have a word?
Between the ominous funeral music that just kicked in and the expression on her face, it makes it sound like they killed Kit and then ate her in like an act of cannibalism at Attaway General to appease some kind of blood god.
What happened to Kit?
She got suspended after prom. Wait, you didn't know that?
No. I was gonna surprise her.
Well, surprise!
So that's the official Attaway General story that the government would have you believe. I don't think Kit was suspended. I think what actually happened, the real story, the real scoop, is Kit just didn't want to be part of the show anymore. Totally understandable, I get it, but it is a shame that she didn't reprise her role.
By the way, who's the cute guy?
You mean Holden?
No, she means Dr. Henry. It's established here that Sasha is Nina's sister, who is here trying to get the scholarship because Nina thought it would be good for her, but she's not very interested in it. Now, she's more interested in boys.
Hey Elijah, this is Benny. He's a new TV.
Take that, you try-hard hipster.
Nice ceilings.
What?
Nothing, I was just noticing the smoke detectors. Looks like there's plenty.
Never noticed.
Of course there's plenty of smoke detectors, Sasha. This building has to be up to code with the fire marshal. Clearly there's going to be an adequate amount of smoke detectors at a fucking hospital. Alright? I don't know what's going on here. Somehow the writing has gotten even worse in Season 2 so far. It's like the terrible fucking writers of Season 1, they just said, hey look, this is too good, get the fuck out of here, we're gonna go to the local elementary school and recruit them to write Season 2. And they did. And then those writers quit, and then they decided to find people on Fiverr that don't actually know how to read or write, and then they wrote Season 2 here. It's bad.
She came in with a swollen ankle, and now we have the MRI result. Does anyone know why we did an MRI and not an X-ray?
Swelling can indicate a damaged ligament, X-rays are for bones, and MRIs are better for evaluating soft tissues.
So it turns out Sasha's pretty smart, acing Dr. Henry's pop quiz. The only reason Dr. Henry did an MRI is because he wanted to show the students. He doesn't need to, he can eyeball those things. His eyes, he's got special eyes. They're equipped for being able to look right through the skin and pinpoint injuries. It's kind of like the Shinigami eyes from Death Note, except Dr. Henry sees injuries and then decides to do nothing about them.
When you rolled your ankle, you ruptured your Achilles tendon. That's why you heard that pop.
When can she be back on the mat?
Well, the recovery process for this type of injury is normally between 6 to 9 months. I'm sorry, Eva. We're gonna want to get you to surgery right away.
A pretty brutal injury Dr. Henry couldn't give less of a fuck about. Dr. Henry is more than capable of just implanting some robotic parts in there, you know, like Frankenstein, and rebuilding the Achilles tendon better than ever, but he just chooses not to. Dr. Henry is one of those deities that just doesn't care too much for the human race and just takes some kind of sick pleasure in spectating without actually helping. I mean, that's just Dr. Henry for you, baby. So Dr. Henry hits her with the cold water, and then we're transitioning right back into the romantic plot, which is typically the forefront of the Attaway General storylines.
Be honest. How does it look? Nina says you have to hold on to these for years.
Just need one thing. What was that?
Well, Holden, that right there was sexual assault. And you could press charges if you wanted to. I don't understand where that even came from, so right now, I know I haven't shown you the whole episode, obviously, but there's only been 2 scenes where these two even acknowledged each other's existence, and then this just immediately happened. So, I mean, the pacing on Season 2, I mean, they're moving lickety-split here. They're going 1,000 miles an hour. This is going at like fucking Mach 4. They're speed-running terrible romantic writing.
I thought you were trying to kiss me?
I was fixing your collar.
I can't believe I just did that. I should go. That was my first kiss.
Wait, like ever?
Like ever.
Do you like omelets?
Omelets? Why?
Because Junior's makes the world's best omelets, and I was wondering if you want to split one with me. And I couldn't let that be your first kiss.
Well, I hate omelets now. That's the end of episode 1 of season 2 of Attaway General, really coming out with a bang. Absolutely full throttle this season, it seems. Yeah, that's about it. Can't wait to see what kind of incredible shit develops in episode 2. That's it. See ya.